What's going on, you guys? Welcome back to Strangers Minds. I'm Fernando, and today we're going to react to Creep Call. Actually, we're going to continue on because this is like a 2-hour video. And as you can see, we're only 24 minutes in. So I most likely already did a part one. So we're going to do a part two. This could possibly be a part two. I'm not sure. I haven't seen this video in a while, but regardless of what, it's never too late to have a good time. And with that being said, the most disturbing clips ever found online. This video will go into the most disturbing clips on the net playlist. So with that being said, let's see what Creep Call has in store for us today. Let's go.
In June, Tamara Lynn was spending the weekend at a mountain cabin in the Appalachians. Late one night, she looked out the cabin window and caught something strange on camera. She saw these intense red lights flickering through the trees, pulsing, glowing, and giving off a buzzing sound, almost like electricity in the air. It could have looked like some kind of power issue, but Tamara swore there were no power lines anywhere near the cabin. That spot was nothing but thick forest. So if it wasn't electrical, what was it? The security camera caught something weird at...
Oh, okay. So that is actually kind of weird because it didn't look like it was an edit. It didn't even look like it was AI. My question is, where was she? It looked like there was a screen of sorts or possibly a window. Is she inside a vehicle? Is she inside a cabin? I don't know. I don't know. That is questions that I would like an answer to because there was like something in front of the camera. But anyway, that was kind of weird. Definitely not a power line. It was a pulsating red light that completely like spread. Like really, was that, dare I say, a UFO? What do you guys think? Leave it in the comment. I like to chat with you guys. So leave it in the comment.
1:44 a.m. in a school gym. At first, the place looks empty and normal. Then something suddenly moves. Some people think it's just a glitch. Maybe the old CCTV is mixing up past and current footage. But others aren't so sure, saying it looks way too real. No one's figured it out yet, so the video's still floating around online with no clear answer. This eerie...
So I have a theory on that. That CCTV, I mean, geez, what year? What year was this video recorded? It didn't give us a year because that would absolutely answer the questions that everybody is wondering, right? Because if it was an old, like, let's say 90s, right? Then safe to say, yeah, there's a good possibility that there was a overlap of video, right? Because back in the day, security cameras ran on tapes. Now, a little bit more. Let's fast forward into the new millennium. Everything's digital. You don't record over because the other video will just get erased, right? So let's just say if this is a more modern, bad quality camera, I think the frame per second was really bad and somebody just ran across the court, and that would leave almost a invisible streak. That would be what we would see with a bad quality frame per second type of camera.
Footage comes from Dark Ghost Paranormal, one of the most well-known names in the ghost hunting scene. They've explored tons of haunted places in search of paranormal activity, and they rarely leave without catching something creepy. This case was no different. Watch closely.
Tak. Tak było chwiejne.
Bad spot, my guy. Bad spot. Don't leave it there.
так более-менее.
He captured a still image that didn't make sense at first. It took several replays before I realized what was there. The dark, shadowy figure in the shot closely resembled the infamous urban legend Slender Man. What made it even more unsettling was how unnaturally tall the shadow appeared, although the light source was coming from above, a detail often associated with sightings of this eerie entity. He
What?
caught this strange occurrence in the middle of his investigation, freezing a moment that felt far from ordinary. But instead of backing off, he pushed ahead, a choice that would soon come back to haunt him.
Сейчас, друзья.
Ну что?
The chilling whisper of a ghostly voice echoing through the property was the final straw. It spooked him so badly, he took off running. So, what do you think about all this paranormal activity and these ghost sightings? Drop your thoughts in the comments. Over the
All right, first off, that irked me. That the light source was coming from above. Nah, bro, man, we saw him place the light source on the floor. Now, I actually like the first position that he put in before he blinded us with the light. That the light was on, like, right next to the book bag, and it was blocking the light to the camera, which is what we needed. So the first position where he put the light should have stayed there. But anyway, he ended up putting it on the floor. Um, the other thing is that that was not wind. If there was not another person with him, that is an interesting catch because that was not wind. If that was wind to make that door rattle the way it was doing, considering the fact that it looked like it was just fused into the floor, so it was not moving regardless, we would have heard the wind because that was really aggressive. Now, the fact that we didn't hear the wind, my next thing would be somebody else is there with him. Now, if we go by the story and he is a solo investigator, Urbex, all that solo, that was an interesting catch. But man, that we just, I would, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to go into his channel and actually look for that video so I can see the whole thing.
last 3 years, a man named Tristan has been documenting unsettling experiences from his life on TikTok, moments that often seem beyond explanation. His account features countless eerie clips that suggest something paranormal may be hiding in his apartment. Frequently alone, Tristan talks about feeling an intense sense of being watched, like a ghostly presence is always nearby, and more often than not, those instincts prove to be accurate. One night, while lying in bed, Tristan heard a soft knock that instantly caught his attention. He grabbed his phone and started recording, just in time to catch his bedroom door slowly creaking shut all by itself. Paralyzed with fear, he kept filming as strange, glowing orbs floated past the lens. As creepy as that sounds, it's not even the scariest thing Tristan has caught on camera.
All right, right quick for that video. I have to say, I would like to know what was that square right above the door is, right? Because yes, no, it was not knocking. It was footsteps. And the fact is that if that square on the wall, I mean, to me, it looked like a weird frame, maybe a picture. But what if that was a vent, right? That would explain the door closing and also all of the dust particles, orbs flying all around. I could be completely wrong. This is just my opinion. I'm thinking with my paranormal investigating mind, but I would like to know what that square on the wall is. Let's continue.
Whatever's haunting, Tristan doesn't seem to be hiding. In fact, it almost seems to want attention, no matter how terrifying it is. Over time, the activity in his apartment only intensified. The knocking continued, always coming from different, unpredictable places around the home. One day, hoping to catch more of these strange events, Tristan left his phone recording in an empty room. What it ended up capturing was way more than he expected.
All right, before we continue, guys, like what the hell was that? Right? I mean, I'm talking about the gate outside of his windows. What? And then you control it from the inside with one of those sticks that is like for shades. All right. My question is, what kind of material is that? Does that one because there was two of them. There was one on each side. That gate goes down. If this is made out of some sort of metal, that has weight. So maybe it was just the weight coming down that, and since everything is connected, it started making that stick turn, right? Because that's what we saw. Like, that is wild. I've never seen that before in a house. Like, was that a house? I mean, I've seen that in businesses. In New York, you want to close off the front of your business, but in a house, that's wild. So yeah, I wish he could have showed us more the mechanism of closing and opening up that metal shade. That looks like it looks like his apartment turns into a panic room. That is awesome. Safety first. Congrats. Let's see what's up.
On va mettre les diagrammes et les chiffres personnellement.
Il faut que ma sommeil puisse passer à travers la veine de courant. Je me sers de morceaux de métal rouillés pour y arriver. Avec un peu de chance, j'arriverai à toucher le fond. J'ai attaché ça à un brin cassant. Si jamais j'accroche au fond, le brin cédera avant le corps de ligne et je récupérerai.
After the camera had been rolling for a bit, it suddenly captured a plastic container being violently thrown from a shelf. But that wasn't the most disturbing part. If you look closely right before the object moves, a ghostly figure appears in the darkened doorway. pale, motionless, and eerily human-like. It stares directly at the camera, expressionless, before slowly walking off to the side and vanishing. Its cold, lifeless face shows no emotion, just a chilling presence. Whatever this entity is, it's clear that Tristan's apartment is no longer his alone. Explorer Mike.
Wow. During the video, I didn't even catch that. And I usually catch things. I catch things that not even content creator catches. But yeah, I mean, heck, if this is real, then I'll take back everything I said about about all 3 videos. Yeah, he probably has something if this is real. So with that being said, I mean, I just wish there was more information. I kind of do like the fact that he's not making a big drama out of it. He's just recording. He's not even did we hear him speak? I don't even think we heard him speak. So, you know, that kind of gives a little bit more credibility to this video, which I like. You know, it's not all of this drama and trying to record and, you know, clout. All right. So let's see. Let's go.
Heads deep into the forests of Brazil, looking for an old abandoned school. Locals say the place has a dark past and that strange things still go on there. Curious to see for himself, Mike sets out, and eventually he finds it.
Oh, that looks amazing. And it's getting dark too. Ooh. That's creepy. Creepier.
As Mike makes his way through the abandoned school, he spots eerie drawings on the floor, and even a missing person poster. The further he goes, the more unsettling it becomes. He can't shake the feeling that someone, or something, is watching him. Still, he keeps exploring.
That looks like such an amazing place.
While exploring, Mike starts hearing weird voices that freak him out. Then, as he peeks around a corner, he spots something down the hall. A dark figure just standing there. When the video is brightened, it's clear. There's something there. Mike doesn't wait to find out what. It's full panic mode as he jumps out a window to get away. He later posted the footage online, and viewers went deep into analyzing it, especially the creepy drawings he found earlier. Some even said the figure looked like one of the stick figures in those sketches. So, what do you think? Did Mike capture something way creepier than he expected? In this...
I mean, not for nothing. There's no, I didn't, no. There's nothing relatable from that dark figure to any of the creepy drawings. But anyway, you know what? Unfortunately, I don't believe it. It's an amazing place. It looks super amazing. You know, one of the things what I like when I watch, you know, another content creator, let's say like Bizarre Bub, there's a lot of details and information that would be very helpful with this. Right now, we just heard a one-sided story and it didn't have no information. So with that being said, like the audio, the EVPs, it sounded like it was put into the video and it was on slow mo. That is exactly the sound it'll make if you was to put a slow motion and audio. That that weird noise. Now, that's dark figure. I've been to a lot of abandoned places and there's a lot of graffitis up against the wall and a lot of people that go in there to do their art. They do make it in a weird way. If it wasn't because they're breaking laws and destroying property, I would say it's very artistic. Who's not to say that was just a something on the wall, right? Something on the wall. Who's not to say he was by himself? The reason why the camera wasn't really focusing on that, it took a little bit, was because he kind of crapped it. Like it was focused up close to the wall until he went out. And then the camera needed it to, needed to focus. And that is what we saw. And once it focused, he ran. So who's not to say that was just something on the wall? This is just my opinion. That could have been an experience and I could be completely wrong, but that is my take on it.
Creepy video, a mom was just walking down the hallway to check if her daughter had cleaned her room. Nothing out of the ordinary. But what started as a simple routine took a seriously unsettling turn. As she walked up, the bedroom door creaked open and slammed shut on its own, and something behind it started swaying in this odd, unnatural motion. Most people would have turned and left right then, but the mom thought her daughters were just trying to prank her, so she went along with it. But the moment she stepped inside, she realized this was no joke. Her kids weren't behind it. Something unseen was in that room, and it had just revealed itself. Ben from the...
I mean, you guys hear me out, right? What I get from this video is, why was she recording in the first place? Right? So, is there a normal occurrence of paranormal activity going on in that house? Like this information is very useful because right now, what I'm thinking is that why is she recording in the first place? Kids are very fast, and if they think they're gonna get caught, they'll jump into bed and look like that. Like if nothing is going on. Now we have to ask the question, why would she be swinging the door back and forth? And then, as soon as she feels her mom getting close, she closes the door and jump into bed. Like, what was the purpose of swinging the door open and closed like that? Right. So, I mean, there's a lot of questions, but the main one that would bring light to this story is, why was she recording in the first place? Let's do one more, you guys.
YouTube channel 401 Files went on a solo camping trip to Dalby Forest with just his dog, Lily. What started as a calm, peaceful trip soon took a creepy turn when he noticed deflated balloons scattered around the forest floor. Then he came across this.
Before the 17th of April, 93D, whatever that means.
Bad. Don't eat it.
There's a car acting very suspiciously. He's just done 2 loops of this area. Each time looking out the window at what I'm doing. It'll be interesting to see if they come back.
The weirdest part happened later on. A car kept driving past him, slowing down like it was watching him. Then he saw the same car head toward a barrier in the forest.
Well, that's 5 times. I have no idea why they keep doing this. That 4 before, that blacked out 4 before, 4 times has been down this road. And yeah, back again. So I don't know what's happening. I don't know if they're lost. I don't know if they're concerned about what I'm doing or curious, but okay, so that's strange because I saw the brake lights at the end of the road. I started to record, and once I've zoomed in, I can see that there's a barrier at the end of this road to allow people out of the forest, out of the national park. I saw the barrier go up, I saw the car waiting there, but I haven't seen the car go through. So either it's still parked there, down in like a dip in the road, and we just can't see it, which is weird because I could see it a second ago when the barrier went up, or that car just vanished. I have no idea. But I did not see that car go through the barrier, and I saw the barrier go up, which was strange.
Feeling curious, he chose to drive over and take a closer look. Something about it felt strange.
Just take a drive down to that barrier because I want to see if there's a turning there just before the barrier. That car could have maybe turned left or right down, but the strange thing is I saw the barrier go up, so they must have been close enough to the barrier for the sensor to have picked them up. They certainly never drove through the barrier, so I don't know where they went, but hopefully by the time we get to the end of this road, it might make more sense. So they could have gone left there, but that is still, they couldn't have gone left there because
The
the road's
barrier.
closed.
That doesn't
So they
matter.
must have come down further, which I'm assuming they did because the barrier lifted up, and this is way too far for that barrier to have lifted. You know, barriers just don't lift for no reason.
Well, we're gonna find out.
There is a turning here, but again, that road is closed off.
That doesn't really matter, my guy. That doesn't really matter. Did the barrier go up?
So
No, the barrier.
they must have made it as far as the barrier.
Could it be that they just parked?
Feeling uneasy and with daylight fading, Ben followed his instincts and left the area before it got dark. On July 3rd,
Yeah, I want to say is that, sometimes when you are exploring, you kind of just want to rationalize everything, and sometimes your mind plays tricks on you. The car did get close enough to the barrier for it to open. Now, if you didn't see the car, passing, that it vanished, there was parking space there. Who's not to say that the person driving around was security, right? Who's not to say that they got close enough to the barrier that it opened, but they were parking there because there was like this little hut thing, whatever booth thing there. And by the time he went to get his car to go down that road, because he was driving quite a bit, they had gone. I'm going to stick with rationalizing it this way instead of having a modern vehicle just be a ghost car. But but with that being said, you guys, if you are enjoying these kind of videos, the most disturbing clips on the net playlist, check it out. But please do what you do when you like a channel, hit that like, share, subscribe, follow, all that good stuff, and I'll catch you guys on the next. Peace.